I think it was a quality win for us. You know, they're even without Simone Augustus in front, they're a solid basketball team. We all know that. So we were able to keep our composure throughout the game. Got some really fine performances from, you know, our stars. You get 32 career high for Tina, and Cappie gets 11 rebounds, and Nana played solid again. But you know, Katie Smith said it the best when we came in the locker room. Our role players played solid today. They did their responsibilities, they did their jobs. They got out there, they played defense, they got the rebounds, they made some shots, they brought energy, all the things that people who aren't the stars are supposed to do. And we did those today and got a good quality win for us.
Well, this win, we're going to look back and say this could be the turning point of the season.
Well, I talked about that in the locker room. I don't know. And I don't think, nobody knows right now. Yes, we won 3 in a row when it's a quality team. But we're so far away from where we have to go so far. It's a long way to go in the season. We know that we just want to keep playing hard. We practice hard and play hard and play smart. We're starting to play a little smarter and not making the complete blunders. Well, we're going to have some problems every now and then. But I think for the most part, if we can value the 2 points like we're doing and play smarter, our effort is substantial. I mean, they really play hard out there all the time. That'll carry us.
Coach, is it too early?
But it's definitely a win you can build on.
Yeah, there's no question. We talk. It's a quality win. There's no question about that one. Okay, it's a momentum boost for us. Now we go on the road for a game. We won 7 on the road. We talked about that in the locker room. It's time for us to stand up on the road. We've been competitive. Now it's time for us to win on the road. If we want to get to the playoffs, we need some road wins.
Coach, is it too early to say, in your mind, that you can feel it coming together finally?
Oh, you know, I can say yes and I can say no. I can say yes, you can see the growth. We use the word growing. We're growing. I guess the best way to say it. We're growing. Are we a finished product? Absolutely not. But we're growing. We're getting better. And that's all you can ask as a coach. And we're never going to forget where we came from at the start of this season.
How satisfying is it to see 4 players in double figures for that?
Yeah, I know. We don't get double figures with 4 players very often. Who was the 4th player? Plenette. Yeah. If we can do that, we can score. We know we can play defense, but if we can score, we're okay.
Coach, do you feel that Tina had an advantage going against McConnell today, by the way?
I think Tina has an advantage going against a lot of players in this league. You know, I think she's starting to realize her responsibility on this team. And early in the season, you know, a new player coming in, all the pressure's on her. I think she kind of struggled a little bit to understand not only her role, but also her leadership of her role in the leadership of the ball club. She's very comfortable right now of who this team is and what her responsibilities are, both on and off the court. And I think that's showing in her quality of play.
Coach, it seems like the first half they were attacking, Minnesota was attacking the right lane, and they just kept going and attacking. So it seems like the second half we closed that lane up and made themselves a lot.
Yeah, you know, the game had ebb and flows throughout the game. You know, you probe, you try to figure out what works against certain teams and what works during the course of that game. Did we take away some things? Yeah, in the second half we closed the lane down a little bit more. It was clear they're a little tired, looked a little tired. You know, they traveled and test their 3 balls. I mean, test their perimeter shooting in the second half and get the rebound. And that was the biggest part of. They got too many offensive rebounds in the 3rd quarter. We tightened that up in the 4th quarter. This Cappie just went and got them. So that was good for us.
Coach, talk about the points in the paint. You have 48 points in the paint. What is your feeling on that?
Well, you know, a lot of that's Tina down there. Plenette also is a good interior person, but their defense is susceptible to that. They move well laterally, but they find themselves out of position sometimes, especially if they have to trap. They tried to come and trap Tina. Tina was very patient, found wide open players, a lot of back cuts for us, which is unusual for us. We don't get a lot of back cuts. We played in hard-nosed Eastern Conference where they don't have that free-flowing like they do out in the West. So their defense goes east-west very well. They don't go well north-south, and so we took advantage of that a little bit.
Cappie has come on strong offensively the last few games since she had that no points game. Is it just that her Achilles is better, or is there something else going on?
I think she's just willing herself. She realizes where we're at now. She realizes that also, like Tina does, that, hey, you know, we like this team. I mean, the players like each other. They like how hard they practice, how hard they play. You know, and they know that what we need from them. Cappie knows we need the energy, we need the attacking her speed that she has. Tina knows we need the scoring. And so if they continue to play like this, we're okay.
Coach, talk about this homestand. Going in is kind of make or break. You won 4 out of 5. Just how big it was to sort of get you back.
Yeah, you know, you always, in professional basketball especially, your home record is very, very important. It's hard to win on the road. And where we were record-wise, dismal, it was all important for us to win. We still have 2 more home games before the All-Star break and 1 road game. But I'm not worried about our team letting down because we play hard, we practice hard. It's great to come to work. I said before, I enjoy coming to work every day because I have a group of players that say, okay, it's that time to go on the floor and work.
Are you looking to make any adjustments?
I'm sorry?
Forward? Are you looking to make any adjustments moving forward?
Adjustments, like X's and O's or personnel or which?
Just defensively, offensively?
X's and O's. You know, you always make adjustments. We made an adjustment in our defense. We made an adjustment in our defense for this particular game, not to show us hard and open up our middle. We wanted to challenge them on the perimeter, challenge Whalen to shoot those jump shots out there. So you always make adjustments here and there.
Coach, would you change anything knowing that Simone Augustus was not going to play?
No, we did not. She operates in the same atmosphere. The only thing that's different is pin downs. She comes off of screens really well to shoot the elbow J's and the 18-footers coming up away from the basket. You know, we're fortunate that she didn't play today. Who knows who won the game or not, but you know, that's the way this business is. You know, you have people hurt all the time, you get foul trouble, you know, you go play with what you got.
Anna Cruz is a big-time fighter, isn't she?
Anna Cruz plays really solid basketball. She's a mature woman. She's 28 years old. She's not a rookie. She came in at the start and said she had a bad game and she was really down. And I was like, Anna, what's wrong? She goes, I don't want to play like a rookie. Because she's not. You know, she's a professional basketball player. Been playing overseas for a lot of years. And she's also found her niche. She knows we need some of those shots she made tonight. Those big shots. She made a couple of really big shots, and we had to have a basket. She drives the lane well, got us a couple buckets. You know, and she handles the ball really well.
Plays in double figures out there, everybody contributing.
Feels great. I mean, I think that's what we're capable of doing night in and night out. I think everybody's starting to figure out, you know, the importance of their play for this team to be successful. Everybody's engaged, you know, from the players that are playing on the floor to the players that are on the bench. We're talking and communicating very, very well, and I think it's just contributed to our success.
Is that what has contributed to your offensive explosion in the last 3 or 4 games, or is it just that your Achilles is better?
Well, it's a mixture of a lot of good things. Obviously, we have, in my opinion, the best trainer in the world, and she's helped me tremendously. Because I mean, nobody really knows. I really don't talk about it because I really don't want it to be an excuse. But I've been in a lot of pain. But she's helped me so much, and I'm starting to get my explosion back. But obviously, Tina Charles, she dominates like that in the paint. They have to pay attention to her. Pay attention to her. I'm able to go in and make a lot of things happen inside for myself and others.
Is it too early to say you can feel it coming together now?
No, it's not early. I mean, we're starting to grow. I think that's a very important thing. Where we're at right now, we're growing as a team. We're communicating a whole lot better, and everybody's just really engaged.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You and Tina specifically seem to be really on the same page tonight. Does that seem, you know, game in, game out to get more and more normal, more and more kind of second nature with you and her? Yeah,
I think we're starting to get acclimated with each other because, you know, obviously when you never played with a player before in the same system, it's kind of shaky at first. You know, obviously she's a post player, I'm a guard, so just trying to find the right spots. You know, I know how to pick and choose where she needs to get the ball, when she needs to get it, and she gets going, and it's kind of hard to stop her and stop myself. So if I get her going early, I think it's a great thing for this team.
So what's working with you two chemistry-wise right now?
We just know where to find each other. You know, we're locked in. We know if we're locked in, and everybody else has to be locked in. And you can see it in our eyes when we come out the locker room, and just everybody's in tune. And when everybody's in tune, you know, it's a great basketball. We're having fun.
Great possession, just knowing how much 2 points means, just wanting to win, you know, and just my teammates just delivering me the ball and just having confidence in me and what I can do.
32-10, 37 minutes on the court, and again, only one foul on your side. I mean, how do you do it day in and day out?
Just knowing that's always been my role since my career at UConn. Just knowing, having a big presence. So, I'm used to it. I wanted to stay in. Bill always kept asking, "Are you good?" And I knew how big this game was. I didn't want to miss a possession.
It's like you're a surgeon out there to be able to go that amount of minutes on the court without, committing any fouls, really.
Yeah, you just never know how these games are going to go. You never know about overtime, but, I still try to be as aggressive as I can.
You've had big games on this court since you were in college. Really, your big breakout college game here happened here at the Maggie Dixon Plateau. What does it feel now that you're getting in this flow as a professional?
It feels great. I know what I can do if I just stay confident. Just the belief that my teammates and the coaching staff have in me, that goes a long way for me as motivation, and I just want to keep winning.
It feels really good to get this win. We've been struggling as a team. We've been having some ups and downs. We dug ourselves a pretty big hole to begin the season, and it's just a testament to get this win for us to just know that we're figuring out each other, we're growing, we're learning, and we're just playing hard. We're just playing very hard for 40 minutes, and it just shows us that if we do that consistently, we could possibly be in some games at the end of the game.
Coach has been saying that you've also been practicing hard, so do you think that has helped with the aggressive mentality when it comes time for the game times?
I definitely think there's a correlation between us practicing hard and playing in the game. I think I'm a firm believer is practice makes habit. So when we practice hard, we play hard in the game, and it just shows how locked in that we have to be.
Now talk about it feels like you all have been distributing the ball a lot better, finding each other. Just talk about the chemistry the team's been able to have.
We've really been building that chemistry on the court. I just think that comes from us learning each other, learning what we like to do and how we like to have the ball passed to us. And just learning ourselves, with this offense and how teams are going to play us. We know Tina's going to demand a lot of attention, so it's all about us working off of Tina and working off of Cappie. And I think we're finally figuring it out.
Now, you guys have been very aggressive with all the bigs in the paint lately. Just talk about how that's been able to happen.
Well, we kind of felt like early on in the season that we weren't as aggressive as we needed to be in the paint. We knew they were going to pay a lot of attention to Tina. So us, myself and Delisha and Avery Worley, just knew that once we came in, we had to be a force. If they were going to leave us open, we were going to make those shots. If they were going to send one person on us, then we were going to try to take it to them and get them in foul trouble so that it lessens the pressure on Tina.
It seems like the defensive game is really, I know it's been aggressive since day one, but it's really picked up a lot. Any reason for that? Or
I just think it's just us finally tuning in and believing that we can do this defense and trusting each other, because defense is all about trusting your teammates. So we've learned to trust each other, knowing that if we get beat, then there's going to be 4 other people behind us, and that's the big key.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
It was so important, for Bill and I guess for the team to have that 4th scorer, which you were saying double figures. No matter how many points Cappie and Tina get, you need that 4th scorer out there, don't you?
Well, I think it's definitely a plus to have that 4th scorer, but I just go out there every night and just try to play hard and be physical and set screens and get rebounds, and sometimes the luck of the draw, it goes my way and those baskets fall. But I think, those other 10 points or whatever other points we get besides from Tina and Cappie are going to come from us as a whole. It's not going to be one person that's going to be able to give you that. I think everyone that came in the game today did a great job and got easy baskets, and they got Minnesota kind of discombobulated, and we came out with the victory.